ahead and hit record. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Okay, I don't know why it's not working. I don't care about it. I don't look that good right now anyways. All right, so let us chat. I've been waiting for like the aha that I needed, and I kept searching for like the answers, like as if it was some big profound thing that I didn't know what it was. But really, it's really simple. I think that it's like a two-part thing. I think it's a three-part thing. Obviously, I've been talking about duplication forever now and trying to figure out specifically like how in the world do we duplicate ourselves and our efforts, because like we know what we're doing, we know what to do, we do it, but then like we struggle to find the people to do it, right? And it's a numbers game, and it's that ebb and flow of like talent, people coming in, people going out. But at the end of the day, there's still this disconnect, I feel like, between what we know and what we do and then what our team is subsequently doing. So I've been like trying to find this big answer. And I think honestly, the answer is like, we just need to keep it simple, right? We need to have less is more, and we need to be pushing a few things. So I think like upselling, like we dabble with it, but we don't talk about it enough, right? So what we have is people who are fearful to talk, fearful to throw out prices. And that includes you guys too. I mean, how many of you are fearful of upselling and sign LCs, but it's like one or two things? So you got to get over yourselves too, because if you don't, your team's never going to. So I think because we have these like foundation or this fundamental of things that we want to focus on, but we don't talk about it enough, we can't assume that they know what they don't know, right? Because we know it. So I think we have to take the assumption out of it. I think that I think I texted Kelly this and Jerry this and maybe Ashley Korn. I don't know. I forgot because my head's like mush. But I thought it came to me yesterday morning, like, why not? Because we have half the month left. We've got 15 leaders in this group, and let's be real, out of the 15 of us, consistently 10 of us show up, okay? So that's going to make some changes in this group too, because I'm getting ready to drop anybody who's not consistent because we just can't have it anymore. But that's another discussion. But what if, let's say out of the 10 of us, we rotate? So like half of y'all work full time, right? So you're up early. The other half of us don't and stay up late because of that. So why don't the people who wake up early, why don't you commit to like waking up earlier for yourself and for your own business? And why don't you run a host to post power hour? Because we keep talking about host to post and the numbers game of increasing the network and increasing the conversations we're having and increasing all this stuff. But then we're not even doing it, right? Because we get caught up, the kids, the jobs, our own business, whatever, and we're just like being hypocrites, right? But if we have focused power hours and we do 2 a day, I'm talking like every morning there's an opportunity. You want to get on the opportunity? Perfect. Krista's going to be on at 6:30 in the morning or whenever Krista wants to do it. And Maggie's going to be on at whatever time Maggie can do it. And it rotates, right? So if there's only 2 people that show up, who cares? You're at least doing it for your own business, because 9 times out of 10, you're not even doing it for your own business because you're getting caught up with other stuff. So I thought, what if we have these focused power hours, and they don't even necessarily have to be an entire hour. You know, it might end up being 40 minutes or something. I don't know. But what if you actually do the things that we say we're doing, but you actually do it, and then you actually provide that as a roadmap for our team and give people a chance? Who cares if 1 person is on, 2 people are on, nobody's on? Who gives a shit? Because you still got to do it for you. And they can't say we're not doing anything to help them. Right? I work full time. Okay, great. So do I. I'll see you at 6:30 in the morning. You want to wake up an hour earlier? Let's do this thing. And we provide it for them. But then at the same time, it's forcing you into your own consistency for the next 15 days of this month. Right? So I thought about doing that. Okay, daily host to post focus power hours, because we already know the boom comes with host to post, right? It comes with getting more conversations, talking to more people, getting told no more, you get told yes more, and it comes with that. So I think hands down, we definitely should do that, and you guys can tell me what you think. This is going to end up being one of those things where I'm going to have to probably hop off Zoom and hop back on for a second round. But I don't want to talk too much, so I'm trying to keep it short-ish. But I think daily host to post power hours for the rest of the month. We come up with a schedule, who's willing to do it in the morning and what time, and all of us who's willing to rotate at night, what time. It's literally one template. Nobody's killing themselves coming up with 85 things to talk about. It's the same freaking thing every single day. So it's easy for us to rotate it, and it's easy for the team to show up and do it, and it becomes a habit, right? We're trying to create habits over the next 15 days, and the biggest thing that we're lacking is they are not talking to enough people. So it's like they're not posting enough, to which case they're not expanding their network enough, to which case they're not host to posting enough. See what I mean? It's like that snowball effect. So if we can grab it by the horns almost and say, okay, we are legit going to do twice a day power hours for everybody who wants to run. Doesn't mean you show up to both. It just means we have a morning option and a night option. So you guys can sit on that and think about, your thoughts and if you're willing to participate. But I think that's going to be huge for the next, 2 weeks. And then also like talking about upselling every single day. And that's probably going to come from me, but every single day. And other people that are good with upselling, like Kelly's really great and signs bigger deals. I don't really know who else on here signs bigger deals. I can't see everybody's thing because my Zoom is screwed up. Whoever is good at it, I think we need to be talking about it every single day. Doesn't mean there's 8,000 posts a day, but I think we have like a few things that we are hardcore focused on for massive action and massive volume. And that's, we got to talk to more people. We got to talk to more people. We got to talk to more people. And then we got to sell more to the people we're talking to, right? Maximizing those conversations. So that's great that I can sign 8 customers and it's 1,200. But if I can't teach you guys how to do that, then what the hell is the good of me doing it? And I want to create that culture. And I'm not expecting me to fill the 50,000 in volume I need to get to presidential this month, but I'm at least expecting to help you guys get your win of diamond and emerald and double diamond and whatever. So that's where my brain is at. In terms of the group chats, hopefully by now you guys got my feedback from the call I did with Jocelyn Yates and the rest of the people who are running really hard for presidential, and talking about like focusing these group chats and how to incentivize them and doing like a boom in the group chat to get them more pumped up. And we'll figure it out, you guys. I have t-shirts, I have crap. We can figure it out. Whatever the prize is, I don't care. We'll figure it out. But another thing that I did, and I'll share it on the Leaders Lounge page, is I took my 17 new people and I sent them a message and I said, hey, we've got the rest of March to really knock this out. I want to help you. I'm here for you, all that jazz. But I'm one person versus hundreds of people, and I don't want anybody to fall through the cracks. So I'm creating a focused group of people that are like ready to race to Ruby. They want this. They're working. They're willing. They're invested. They're learning. Whatever the words are I used. Are you all in? Are you ready? And out of 17, I've had some tell me, no, I'm not ready. I've had some people not even answer me. And I had 8 people say, yes, girl, I am all in. I'm ready. So you know what? Those 8 people are going to get my attention. I'm sorry if the other 10 aren't going to, or 9 or whatever. I can't do math. Oh, well, sorry. I have to focus on the people. So if you guys, I know you all have these group chats and there's a bunch of dead people sitting in there and they're just in there because you're hoping they're like a fly on the wall and they're going to like eventually answer. I think you use the verbiage that I'm going to post and you throw it in that group message and you figure out once and for all, who are your runners, who the heck is in and doing it and wanting it. And then we take those people and we put them together and we pour into those people. Because I think like when you've got the negative Nancy's or the deadness, the people who aren't commenting, whatever, like it weighs down everybody else because they're looking at that. Like if they see a message with, 15 people, but the same 4 people are talking, they're wondering what's wrong with the other 10 people probably, at least I would be. So I think we just figure that out. And if you guys want to either do it individually or if you want to team up and say, hey, this is everybody who's charted Ruby and hungry, we're going to throw them all together with multiple leaders in the group chat. So Maggie, Ashley, Krista, Kayla, whoever. And you're throwing your people together who are hungry. And then those are the people we're pouring into. It's just food for thought, something to think about. But But I think the things that we are lacking on is the numbers game. So it's the, host to post, more conversations, the upselling, expanding the network, and being a product of the product. Those are baseline things that we keep saying over and over and over again, but we aren't doing, I think, a good enough job cultivating that culture. And I think we change that right now. So we make that step into that direction, but more focused to like this whole upselling call that we were on. Like a lot of it is stuff we already do. Did you guys not go like, well, dang, that I already knew that, or like, dang, we pretty much do that. But the way it's getting worded is like money, especially that Miranda chick, the first one. She's talked at conference. She talked at in Michigan, for those of you who went to Michigan with me. And she also talked at conference. So in the comments on the group, on the post I made, I actually copied her word for word. Like I kept pausing the video so I could type it out. I personally like Miranda's verbiage the best. And this is where like we'll start talking about a few other things. The verbiage I like the best, I threw it up on my comment of like what my ahas were. I think I just realized I don't have anything about hair growth on our health questionnaire, which is so stupid. Like I just realized that. So I'm going to make a new picture and add that to it. But y'all, I think we're like right there on that line of like, we're doing all the right things. We just got to tweak. And this is why I try to stay so connected with people, because even I learn all the time. So I really like her verbiage. Specifically, like, just so you know, by doing this, you can access my entire store where everything is half off. I don't know if you need, help with energy, losing inches, weight loss, yada, yada, like that part. I really like it because it's a good ebb and flow. I think if we have the health questionnaire in place, we already kind of know what their goals are. Like, so for example, if they told me they want to lose weight, then I'm going to still throw that out there and say, just so you know, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you need help with energy, if you want to lose inches, if you want better nutrition. Like, I'm just going to still say that. Just take out whatever the initial goal was that they talked to me about. And I think we need to come up with like a team, like that one girl called it the quad, which I think is, I don't like that. Like we say triple threat, like what do we want to call it? And we need to run with it. And maybe we don't even create like our own thing. Maybe we do, like Rachel Lee, the very last girl, is Hannah's triple diamond. I didn't even realize she was on that call or how she got on that call, but she's really good at pulling in buttloads of volume under pressure. And she's a nurse. She works full time. She works overnights. She's still working as a triple diamond. So when she got on there, I was like, oh, hey, Rachel. Like, I didn't know you were here. But I forgot her jam is always triple threat. And we never even freaking talk about that. Or not triple threat. Yeah, is that what she said, triple threat? No, what's the name? Target Trio, sorry. Triple threat is a fake name. Target Trio is like her jam. And I forgot. She always talks about Target Trio because, again, you're looking at the BV, of the order versus the products that you're giving. And if you guys are hopping on, I don't know why my video is not working. So you just get to stare at a picture of me. Isn't it lovely? So I think we come up with, because we need to have a very clear vision for us and stop getting so like squirrely and hamster in a wheel and going crazy, because if we don't get our shit together, they're never going to get theirs together, So we need to come together tonight and say, okay, everybody who wants weight loss, we're going to push, Target Trio, or we're going to push Fit 15 plus whatever. Like whatever it is, we need to come together and figure that out. Like even the It Works system, nobody ever talks about the system anymore, but the freaking system is 110 in volume. You sign 3 or 4 of those, you fill the whole 400 box. So I think we need to pull what we like collectively as a group from this call. And it looks like a lot of your notes, you guys were hitting on the same things that I was hitting on. So we're all pretty much on the same page. But I think we need to do what these other teams are doing and just having literally like our team go to. So we're not worried about the team trying to figure out how to package things together, what those bundles need to look like until they can get confident. And also not trying to upsell right away is one thing that I think that we definitely need to do, especially within our teams. Okay, get them hook, line, and sinker with like that host to post on TFX or host to post on Cleanse or whatever. And then in the conversation, like we've been doing, but don't do it maybe until a little bit later on when you have their information, when we have they're bought in, they're ready to roll, they want to do it. And then we can hit them with, okay, I don't know if you have these goals, but I can hook you up with a custom package or whatever it is. So I'm going to stop talking. If whoever wants to start first, like with their feedback or what they think, unmute yourself. Kelly?
I'll go, because it literally is like a current situation as we speak, and I'm driving and texting and listening to the Zoom and everything else. Don't tell my husband. Anyways, no, I just are we on the Leaders Lounge page before I speak about this?
You're on a Zoom.
Oh, hello?
Did you forget you're on a Zoom?
Well, I know, but you're recording it, so... Anyways,
I'm not sharing it. It's not getting shared with anybody but Leaders Lounge.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm asking. Okay. So anyways, Emily, who stopped working for a while, I couldn't get a hold of her. I finally got a hold of her, and we had dialogue going back and forth today, and I ended up having her throw up a post because she loves Thermo and she loves Fat Fighter. So I had her throw up a post today. She got a comment on it. I had her walk through the steps. Well, we just upsold the girl for a full month of coffee and a month of Thermo. And neither one of them are in stock, but that didn't stop me. And I walked through the steps with Emily the whole way. But I took into the consideration about what we listened to on that video and about just how to word it differently about the, instead of the back order, the pre-sale. And that was help with like Krista, Olivia, and Ashley Korn because, I was just like throwing back things here and there. And like collectively, we were like, let's put this into action. Like, let's make this happen. And sure as shit, she just ordered a full month and everything. So that's a huge BV right there. And just putting exactly what we just learned on that into play, and it worked, So I'm super excited about that. And I just feel like everything that I heard on that video, doing a power hour whenever, or power 30 minutes, power 45 minutes, whenever you want me to, or whatever. Mornings are probably best for me too, not like Krista early, but early. But I feel like if we can, like Ashley Mayfield, the thing that I really liked about her just speaking, and when she speaks, we have a very the new distributor, Rachel, that I have, she literally said to me today on a phone call, she said, everything is laid out for us on the team page. No distributor should ever have an issue. And it's so, so true because you have spread everything out plain and simple. But I think when it comes to, obviously our business is run mostly around getting customers. So I feel like if we did have, like Ashley Mayfield made it seem like as a whole, they literally do the same steps over and over again. And it's like simplified, laid out for them. And as soon as they get into the ball game, that's how it's laid out. So I know that it's like that for us too, but I feel like every day and day in and day out, I get questions all the time about answering the same questions. And it's like, it's on the team page, but I feel like we're going in the right direction for sure. And I feel like if we can start really putting those things into play with upselling at the end, like I've got your credit card information. Because I can get it to you for half the price. Are you there?
Yeah, we keep losing you, but I follow you.
Sorry. Anyways, I'll mute myself back, but I was just excited because literally it's a current event that just happened, and she's really excited about it.
Whose did you use? Did you use like the Miranda verbiage, or whose did you use?
It was kind of like a collaboration of all of them, but it was what we always use, like it was most about the post, and then what I did was I had her say, I had her reach out to her, and I was like, hey girl, I'm super excited for you to get your hands on these amazing products. They're changing so many of my friends' lives. Both of the products that I'm talking about in my post are One is ThermoFight X, and then I did the whole thing, clinically proven, 31 pounds, blah, blah. And then I said, and the other product is Fat Fighters, and you know, you take within an hour of your heavy carb meal. And so I broke that down, and I said, is that something that you want to get started with? Or I'll have to figure out the exact words that I used, but it was more like, I said, are you ready to get your summer, are you ready to get your summer body ready with me, or something like that? Because that was what her post was about. And then, so she went through the him and not really, but she said she had like, hypothyroidism. So that's when I reached out to Krista, because I know she's got that. And so she, like, we were walking through the steps or whatever, but literally it was just like, I told her how to take the thermo to coffee. So that way she eats her meal, because she wants to lose 20 to 30 pounds. And then literally she said, I'm in, because I said, is it something that, you know, does that sound like it interests you? And she said, yes. And I said, okay, well, everything's done through my website. And it was that. And then when it came to the back order, that was where the end, when she was actually ready to order. And I said to Emily, once you actually send her your website, or she wants to send you your info or her info, once you actually get either one of those in hand, basically, then say it's, you know, this is a pre-order. You'll get it in 4 to 6 weeks. You can start with, you'll get the coffee first, and you'll start with that, and it will get your body ready for the thermo, you know. And the girl was completely like, she's like, sounds perfect. I'm so excited that I'm finally finding something that works with my condition. So
I think this, I don't know. I feel like we're doing the right things. We just need to tweak our wording and
yes,
it and make it easier. I saw Jerry, your hand's up. I didn't ignore you.
I'm muting myself.
Okay.
Hey, I knew you weren't ignoring me. I was like, wanted to chat next, if that's okay. I was actually popping on the website because I was wondering, since ThermoFight, the old ThermoFight is no longer, what that did for all the packages. And I'm looking, and they're all gone. Metabolic Burn, no longer available. Target Trio, no longer, well, it says out of stock with no, like,
yeah, because that was going to be my next comment. They said on the Lifers page that they were going to update the packages, and it must have happened today then.
Okay, yeah, so everything just says hot item temporarily out of stock, and there's no, like, pre-order.
What about
currently
System? That should be too then.
Yeah, System's gone. Two of the 3 Mandare packs are gone. So really all that's left is the sample packs and the fit packs, and even some of the fit packs are sold out, but that I think is pre-order. I don't think they're out. Let me double check.
But the BV.
So anyways, but I really love the idea of all of us, like, collectively as a team being like, this is the weight loss package, this is the skincare package, this is, and like maybe even just kind of mirror it to like kind of how we have the packs for the bundles for the new DTs. Like, these are your 4 options. And so, like, there's a skincare pack that comes with, like, whatever, you know, collagen, hair, skin, and nails, or whatever we decide on. And then this is the weight loss package. It's TFX Fat Fighters Cleanse, or TFX Fat Fighters Coffee, or TFX Fat Fighters Greens, however we want to roll with that. Here's the Skinny Mocha pack, and whatever, you know. But I really like that idea, because with my people, like, I feel like even though we have the March Host to Post group, like, I'm still getting my people coming to me like, oh, well, what script are you using? And I'm like, oh my God, it's like in the event, just use that, you know. And then I'm sending them my script, which is the exact script from the event. And I'm like, stop straying from what we're giving you. Just use what we're giving you, because it works. That's why we are giving it to you. But I feel like I feel like a lot of the team is taking it, like, they're trying to be creative. They want this to be their business. They want to make, like, give it their own feel or spin, or like make it sound like them, but they're like over tweaking. So I think simplifying that to, like, okay, no, you're either doing this, or this, and that's it.
Here's the other thing,
really like
Cleanse, I normally never sell because it's so inconsistent with the results. And that's just the honest truth. But because people are expecting every time to lose 10 pounds, you know? So, and I think that it's still on back order.
It is, you're right.
So we have to figure out right now for the next 15 days, I'll put up like a poll on the Leaders Lounge page, and we'll do one at a time. We'll do a weight loss poll, we'll do a skincare poll, and we'll do like a I don't know, like whatever, tighten up, pull, whatever. Like it'll be like 3 things. Okay, maybe 2 weight loss and 2 other. And then we'll all vote on it. And then by tonight, like rolling into tomorrow, it's going to be like, okay, these are what we're focusing on. It's taking the guesswork out for you guys to bundle stuff together. Okay, I'm looking at all your heads. Are we shaking heads in agreement on this? And then we also need to have literally, like how I typed it out on the comments, like this is how the conversation gets initiated. This is how you discuss, you know, what it is. This is how you talk about pricing, and this is how you seal the deal, like ding, 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 ding. And we literally just, including ourselves, it's going to be like trial and error for the next 15 days, that literally we only stick to that, and that's all we're talking about. So I think if we can create that culture. Maybe we should do a poll. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, the different styles that like were presented during the Zoom. Like Cassie had a style, Stacy had a style, Rachel had a style. Like maybe just we pick one of those, like of how we're going to do the upsell. Are we going to assume from the beginning, add at the end, and run with that, like you're saying, so it's consistent? I think Ashley has her hand up.
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I'm like missing something or what, but I guess I'm just confused on like the whole upselling part and waiting until we have their information. Like I get it if you're focusing on like a hair product and then you're like, oh, by the way, you know, like what the first girl said in the beginning. But like let's say you do a ThermoFight X host to post. So someone's interested in losing weight, like we get their credit card information, and then why would we wait to try to sell them more product when we're trying to get what's like best for them? Does that make sense?
Yeah, see,
like, I guess I'm just confused.
I agree, and that's why I like Miranda's version the best.
Okay.
Because we're addressing it, and I that's why I want everybody's feedback too, because you're going to see things that I don't see. But like I'm looking right at it because I have the double screen up on the Mac, but it says, just so you know, by doing this, you'll get access to my entire website, and that's just like the initial. So we do host to post. They're excited. We're like, hey, how does that sound? You know, they're all in. Okay, before we even talk about price, we're just going to start talking about the other products too. So you're not quoting 2 prices, you know?
Right. Okay.
So instead of scaring them away, like if they're a TFX host to post, which I still think we need to be doing left and right. I know it's scary because it's on back order, but if we are already setting that precedence, we can deal with that. If we're upselling, we'll deal with it. You know, we can handle it. But if we're doing it from the get-go and we're saying, hey, like I know this is your goal, this is what you're interested in, you know, just so you know, blah, 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 her script, and then you're getting them off wondering about price because you're saying, okay, I'm going to customize something for you, you know, let me know if that, you know, if you have a light bulb moment or whatever she says. And then if they come back and they're like, no, you know what, I just want to do just that ThermoFight thing, then you're like, okay, well, I tried, you know? And you can navigate those waters. I agree not to wait till the end because I feel like now we have but Hannah Neal waits till the end, but Hannah also is not good at upselling. And like, that's why she wanted me on her team call to teach them about upselling because it's not her strong point. It is easy, like with that Mocha Dream that pops up. But Brandon Walsh said the other day that we're probably taking that away. So let's not train the team probably to replace it with something else, you know, because they don't ever take from us without giving something. But I don't want to train the team on only focusing on that because if it goes away, now they're going to be like, what happened, you know? So I don't know, but that's a good point. I agree with that. I don't know if y'all agree with that, but I think we don't talk about price ever. I train not to talk about price ever in the beginning anyways, and to like deflect that question when it gets asked to you anyways, you know? But like Casey or whatever her name was, the cute blonde with like the platinum blonde hair, short hair, how she says like she doesn't even talk about like the TFX price being $36. Like she just goes, hey, it's $65 for that, or you can get that and a cleanse for 60, whatever she said, 61 and 65, or I don't know. So like again, it's just how
I really like that. Sorry, I'm putting myself on mute.
It's just how we're wording it. I think we're doing the right things. But we are too fearful of upsell, and we're going to change that starting right now. And our words, like we're word vomiting or we're over talking ourselves instead of just nailing the verbiage. But if we have it down to like a script and it's like, this is what you say, this is how you explain, and we all retrain ourselves, we already know we're going to see the residual effects of that right away because we're the ones who already are the bigger enrollers, you know, and the leaders of the team. So we're going to see it start working for us right away. It's going to be a little bit more of a curve for them because they're afraid to lose the sale or whatever. But no, I totally agree. Is that the biggest thing that you were like, what the heck about?
Were you talking to me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked everything that they had to say. But then like after I did my notes going back, and I was just like so into the moment listening to the call. And then I went back and I was like, wait, if someone's trying to lose weight, like I don't want to give them, oh, it's only $36. Oh, but by the way, you know,
Yeah.
this is really going to help you, but it's 100 and whatever, you know? So yeah, it makes much more sense that way. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
Yeah, no, I agree. Who else? I'm upgrading my Zoom right now. So if I'm not answering, it's because I'm trying to pay for this crap because I'm like so sick of hopping on and off. It's a tax write-off. Whoever wants to talk, unmute yourself. Or raise your hand so I can unmute you.
Oh, go ahead, Jerry.
No, you go for it. I already talked. I was just going to blabber if nobody else wanted to.
No, I was just going to say what I have been upselling that's been working for me is like I've been selling keto coffee and chocolate greens and thermophyte together.
Yeah.
And like at least selling them on replacing one of their meals, starting by replacing one of their meals. And so if you're going to replace something and start with something, like 9 times out of 10 people don't eat breakfast. They just have coffee and go. Yeah. And then they're worried about lunch or whatever. So I'm using that and saying to people like, you know, do you eat breakfast in the morning? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, you're perfect. You're just like me who like doesn't have time for breakfast, but you're getting like all these benefits in a cup to go. And you're not you know, like you don't have to worry about breakfast or anything. And then I'm selling that with like the Thermophyte X and starting them that way. And then going back and having conversations with the customers that I've signed that way and just checking in on them and saying like, here, how's everything going? And like, let's have a conversation about replacing your lunch now.
Yeah.
You know, and going about it that way. And I'm using a host of posts to get them in. And I'm calling it like triple threat. So off, like right out the gate, when we start to have the conversation, we're already talking about keto coffee, thermophyte, and chocolate greens.
So like the expectation's already there.
Yeah, I'm not even giving them the option just to go with thermophyte. Like I'm automatically telling them it's all the triple threat. Like here's all about the keto coffee. Here's all about the thermophyte. Here's all about the chocolate greens. I mix them together, blah, 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 blah. And just going straight from there.
So that brings
and then they say like at the very end of it, it says like, do you have a weight loss target and like deadline in which you want to lose this weight by? And like some people are saying, yeah, I have like 3 months because I got a wedding. Some people are like, I don't really have a deadline, but this is how much I need to lose or whatever. And then that's when I go into like, and I have like a script that I use. But I go into like, okay, so that's awesome. For the next 90 days, we're going to change your entire lifestyle. So you're going to replace your breakfasts every morning with keto coffee and chocolate greens. You're going to drink thermophyte twice a day over the next 90 days. And we're going to change your habits completely. You're going to go to a reduced calorie diet and like all this stuff. And like, that's how I'm just like getting all these people. And some people do it like sign right off the bat. Some people are like, oh, I have to talk to my husband because of the price, whatever, you know, and I just check back up with them.
That also brings up a good point too. It's not letting me upgrade this damn Zoom. I swear to God. I want to pay them and they don't want my money. I don't get it. But that brings up a good point. Actually, 2 good points. First thing is about the weight loss thing. We have to have one that is like for coffee lovers and one for the people that hate coffee, right?
Yeah.
So we definitely need 2. And then the other thing is going to be, shit, I just lost my train of thought. It'll come back. I can't think of it.
But the other thing too is I wouldn't let Thermophyte X being Back ordered right now scare you guys either, because like, for example, today, someone like me who's been waiting since literally the beginning of January for my Thermophyte X, I just got an email today that it shipped. So I imagine that people who have been waiting from January are probably going to start to get theirs. So, and then I think the people who they're going to fulfill all those orders, and then the people who just ordered will start getting fulfilled. So I don't even think or at least, I don't know, I have a feeling that they probably won't be waiting as long as we did.
Well, we've got
So I just wouldn't let it.
The March 22nd orders are supposed to come out.
I really like that.
And I use the pre-sale big time with the Thermophyte X, and I let them know off the bat, I don't let it scare me. Just what I tell them when I talk to them about the trio is I just let them know the good news is it's pre-ordered, but the good news is you're going to get your keto coffee and chocolate greens first. And I was losing weight with the keto coffee and chocolate greens even before I started the Thermophyte X. So you'll be jump starting your weight loss journey before the Thermophyte X even arrives. And they're going for it.
Okay, just in time. They took my money. Hooray.
I liked that of Cassie's when she said, do you let's look at it as a pre-order, not a back order. I think that's
yeah.
I went back to TFX. So last month I strayed with my host to post. I tried some other things and I was but I wasn't signing anybody. So I just went back to TFX and TFX by itself because I'm desperate and I just needed to get an LC under my belt this month. So I did TFX and my script. I'm waiting until we go through everything. We go through price. They say, yes, I want to order. And that's when I say, okay, so we're currently accepting pre-orders because this product has been sold out since it launched in January. This will get you your spot in line. We're expecting the next shipment to go out within 4 to 6 weeks. And then we go into, I can either take your information over text or I can walk you through my website, which is easier for you. And I haven't had any complaints. People have been excited. That's what I posted the other night. Last night, I think, in the group. And then what was I saying? I was just looking at something. I forgot. It was something you just said too.
I guess the other thing too, while you're trying to think about what you said, this might have been what I forgot. How are we going to roll this out to where they're not oh my God, another thing, Because I feel the people who are running and wanting to promote, maybe we don't even address it as a new thing. We'll just address it like it's already in existence and just say, we can almost blame it on these back orders or lack of inventory and say, I know we normally focus on X, Y, and Z, but what we're doing for the next 15 days is we're focusing on these 3 packages because this is what we have in stock. This is going to be the best bang for their buck and the best bang for your time and getting those higher volume orders. And we just make it a super seamless. This is nothing new. We're going to help work through this every single day. We've got a lot of huge goals and a lot of bonuses on the line, and we're going to really bring the boom with you guys. And we just talk about it like it's nothing. It's kind of what I'm looking at. Because if we're we're going to do this upselling and they're going to be Jesus, it's going to be overwhelming. So all in agreement. And I know we've got some more that might have something to say. So we're going to do a set script of from start to finish what the conversation needs to look like. And I can put one together of the components I liked from each person and I'll slap it up on Leaders Lounge and whoever's awake to see it, you guys are going to be the ones to help me tweak it. And it's rolling out tomorrow morning, period. Then also there's going to have to be individual polls probably for the packages. So we can all vote on what packages we agree on. I think those are the 2 main things. And then the third thing is, yes, it sucks. Nobody wants to wake up early to do a host to post power hour or stay up late. I'm already up late. I don't care. And I know a lot of us are up late because we're pushing hard and we don't care. I think it's going to be who wakes up early, whose kids don't wake them up early, who we can figure out with that. Because I think you get that feedback where there's always stuff at night, but nothing in the morning. But then we do stuff in the morning and then nobody shows up. It's a double-edged sword. But again, worst case scenario, what's going to happen to you? You actually work your business for an hour in the morning, you know?
Can I say something? Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, me personally, most of you guys know I'm home full time. So when I work, like my solid hour is when Jackson goes down for a nap. So typically anywhere between like 12 to 2. I know it's not ideal for like people that work, but if I could maybe get one start, like if I maybe put him down for a nap a little bit earlier, like 11:30 or so, I can start one at 12, for maybe someone that doesn't, if we don't do like a morning one, I'm more than happy to do one at lunchtime, because that's just, so other people might work at lunchtime too, like I do. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. So then what if we did like, I don't know, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we do morning and night, but like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, weekends are hard. Weekends would have to be like organization. I think, again,
weekends are really hard for me.
Yeah, we also have to decide too, what do we do on Saturdays and Sundays? Just focus on like virtual parties and organization and like family time and like income producing activities in the line of like getting people plugged into events and whatever, and just not even power hour, like literally power hour hardcore Monday through Friday. And just like do the weekend thing, like how we like the names I came up with that I said, we'll just worry about it next month, like Sample Sunday and Transformation Tuesday or whatever the hell I came up with. I don't remember that. Like we can roll out that for April, but I think the weekends, like, and that's another thing too. We don't do like what we used to do with that, like the wrap cash posts and like the sampling. We don't talk about it anymore, but like how many people can make that cash right away, and that generates customers. Like I was the queen of sending out one Greens berry to everybody and their mama when I was new, because nobody would trust me and nobody believed in me. And that's how I sampled, with a catalog and a handwritten note. Like I spent a lot of time on that, but I got so many customers because I was sampling, and like, we don't even talk about that anymore. So not that we should talk about that right now, but like, that's another thing to think about. Basic fundamental of the business that we're not even executing. Even as leadership, we're not executing.
I'm getting a lot of questions about sampling from like my newbies and stuff like that. But one of the biggest concerns that I keep hearing is just like the money spent on it. So they're like trying to recoup, and they're like, well, how do I justify like saying, oh, I could send you a sample, but you got to pay for it?
Well, that's the thing. It has to be like nowadays. It's so different for them because they can do keto cash and they can do all that.
Right.
Whereas when I was new, it was like you sold a wrap or you sent one greens. Like there was no selling greens, and we didn't have like packages of stuff.
So my way to combat that, when my newbies have addressed that, like, oh, how do we, like, this is an era where people pay for samples. Like, how many of you guys have those? I don't do them anymore, but like Birchbox, or there's all sorts of those crazy ass, like you pay for samples to arrive on your doorstep every single month. You get to pick what you want. So that's how I address that, is like, this is just a world where you pay for samples. The only time I'm handing out a sample for free is if like, maybe it's a good friend of mine and like they catch me off guard and I have it in my diaper bag, but everybody else is paying.
That goes back to the importance of auto ship, the importance of being a product of the product. Like, see what I mean? See how it all is intertwined? And again, those are those culture things. Like, I want you guys, everyone who's on here, think about where we were in December and then where we are now that I moved us to Diamond Tribe and I like tried to switch around everything with your partnership. Like, look how far we've come in like 2.5 months. I mean, really think about that. So then like now think about, okay, now that's 2.5 more months from now where the tribe is going to be, and it's really profound because what we're doing is not anything magical. It's just, there's more control, there's more hands in the pot, there's more camaraderie, and there's very focused based pieces of the culture, which I think we've done a good job with, but I still think we have to do better. And that's where it's like, again, maximizing the effort. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. That's why I get nervous about sharing like these mass enrollment videos where people are signing like 100 and something customers, because I know in my heart, you don't need to do that. But what you need to be really good at is like your word swag with people and like what you're saying and your mantra and how you're overcoming those objections. So I think the fact that they did that call last night really solidified like what I needed to hear. And I'm assuming what you guys needed to hear. Like, we're not far off at all. But again, I think we all just need to step up in terms of our efforts with power houring and whatever. So I don't even care if we did a morning, noon, and night. Like, I don't care. Whoever gets on, gets on. I just upgraded the Zoom, so you guys could probably just use my Zoom now. Although you might not need to, because you're not really going to go over probably 40 minutes on your power hours if they're quicker. But yeah, I think we just have really clear focus. Does anybody else have anything? Krista, let me unmute you. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, I was just back to the samples. I never, ever call them samples for the very fact that everybody thinks they're free. I say I have some individual packets that you can purchase. I just sold some keto coffee today to someone who said, is it really worth $30 some? I was like, well, if you want to try it first, I have them available 5 for $20. Do you want to, I said, I have individual. And then I actually posted about that tonight. And I said, I also included the fact that I sold it for $20, and had I started my business right now for $20, I would have paid myself back automatically. And I included the fact that we have more than enough keto coffee individual servings, or I forget how I worded it, but in the kit to make your $20 back. Plus, we have so much more to make that much more cash back. So I don't ever call it a sample. I never use that word because I got so many freeloaders that are like, oh, you said it was a sample. No.
We need to change probably some of the verbiage on the team page and stuff too. And also, those of you who are actively making those posts, make sure you're screenshotting what they look like and sticking them in the corresponding album, like the Keto Cash album. Okay. Because like even I got away from making those posts because I've been doing like the host to post posts and like other stuff. But again, I think it's a core fundamental, and it's a piece that we don't need to let go, because again, that is a direct correlation to being a business owner and that being an operating expense and you being the CEO, and then it holds you accountable to be making sure you're breaking even, and then it all just mushes together. So I think that's a really important point too. So if you can screenshot anything that you've done and add it to that album, that would be fantastic. I think our hardest problem right now is going to be, what do we package together that works really well synergistically with some pretty quick results, so people, see that quickly when they get it and it's not out of stock. That's kind of like where we're at right now, because like even at how I was doing TFX and Skinny Mocha, like we're screwed if all that shows up is a freaking tub of chocolate greens. You know what I mean? Like I just got today, I got 2 more pods, and I got my 4-pack of keto coffee that I ordered like a week and a half ago with the day we said, oh, now we're on back order. It all just came today. So the lag really isn't that bad on the keto coffee. So I don't know that we should really care or be fearful of that. But again, I think if we're talking about pods, we talk about the fact that they're on, on a back order right now and whatever, or we can call it pre-order or whatever we want to call it. So I think recap. Well, who else do we have? Kayla, do you have anything to say? Or Katrina, before we close it out, because it's 10:30 and now I got to start typing up scripts. Kayla, I unmuted you.
I have the TV on, so I don't know if you can is it okay, my noise?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I didn't really get to watch the whole Zoom yet still, so I need to go back and finish watching it. But one thing that I noticed, even with my team, is us pushing the auto ship and the importance of being a product of product. I'm noticing that my newbies are actually starting to turn theirs on, which is a really good thing. So I think that's my biggest thing.
What if we did, and this is going to sound really cliche, and maybe it's not the time for it, but I feel like we need to do the Biggest Loser or something, have something fun within our team, to where like Kelly has bomb results, Krista, you have results, every single one of us have results really, weight loss wise, except for Ashley Korn because she didn't need it, but everyone else has weight loss where it's but why aren't we talking about it,
I think that's a good idea.
And I don't want to sound like, again, cliche with the whole Biggest Loser thing, but like, yeah, I think it's important that they see, like, even with us. But here's another thing: me included, we have got to commit, and maybe we do it like tonight or tomorrow. We got to get our freaking pictures on the new template. Every single one of us, including myself, every before and after we've ever had, whether it's your hair, your skin, your weight loss, your wrap, I don't care. We have got to go back and scroll through our phones and find the photos and get them resubmitted on the new template and get them into the corresponding photo albums on the team page. And then that would be a great time to do like, hey guys, this is your leadership team and our combined weight loss is 500 pounds or whatever, you know?
I need a little motivator right now, so that'd probably be a good thing.
Yeah, but like I think we need to do that because then again, our team is going to do what we do.
Right.
Okay. If you lack in something and they're a self-starter, they're going to either get it from me or they'll see Jerry on the page or Kelly or Ashley or Maggie or whoever. Like everybody, be present because the team watches that.
Right.
Post on the team page, go live. Like Maggie, that's not her jam. She hates going live, but you know what? She freaking did it. And I didn't even say anything to her. She just did it. They need to see you because other than that, you're just a hypocrite. Really.
Right.
You're nobody's, not you, but you're nobody's boss. I'm nobody's boss. If they don't see me doing it, they're like, well, what the hell? So I think, yeah, if we did that, and like, that's one thing I actually got from Nina Moorer, that crazy one who went presidential in 7 seconds under Portia and Jared Wilkins. She says that, like, we have a combined weight loss of 700 pounds or whatever her like line is. And she uses that line at all her try-its, at all her parties. And then people are like, dang, y'all lost 700 pounds together. Like, who cares if some of us lost it 18 months ago? We still lost it. So I think we still need to talk about that, So, yeah, and I've noticed that on your downline that they are turning their autos on and stuff.
And I mean, it's basically the ones that are working. Of course, the ones that aren't going to. But I mean, that just shows us that like they're serious about this because at the beginning, I couldn't afford to put my auto on, So like, and I know some of them can't either. So the fact that they're finding a way to run it, because I try to stress to them that like how important it is to be a product of the product and all that. So I think, like the ones that, want to be like us and promote, like they're turning them on whether they can, like they're finding ways to like afford them, I guess.
Right. And when there's a will, there's a way because I couldn't either. I maxed out our last credit card and I always ran both autos, but again, you better dang believe I was freaking selling wraps and I was sampling those greens to go because I knew that if I didn't do one of those two things, I was going to be in the red and I was going to be screwed.
Right.
So, okay. Anybody have anything else before I start writing this crap? Maggie Epley, please unmute yourself, Maggie Epley.
Okay. Hi. First, Jerry gave me the little push I needed to go live today, so thanks to Jerry. Second, on my Facebook since Ash Wednesday, I have been doing a health journey, I guess. Like every day I post day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and it's something with like either what I'm eating or one of our products. So it's not the same thing. Like I'm not consistent with the same products because I want people to see that like one night was collagen, one night's immunity, one night was the ketones, and another time was the keto coffee and then like I'm gonna update my weight loss. Since last Wednesday, I lost 6.5 pounds doing that. So that's what I've been doing, but I didn't think about it until this call that while I'm posting about the products that I'm using that day, I could also put like, if you're interested in trying, I have some for purchase to try. Like I didn't think about that till Krista started talking. Like they don't have to be samples. I could just share that with them. Like,
yeah,
because I have collagen and I have that stuff that I can sell. I just didn't think about it till tonight.
Yeah, and I would do that too, especially locally because of how people are here.
Mm-hmm. And my girl Margie and Michelle are working really hard trying to get their customers, but Margie, she posted about samples and selling samples. And she sold I think she sold 10 sample packs already just from her distributor kit. So,
Yeah, see.
but I mean, she did it. She messaged me and asked me how much things should be, and then she ran with it. So
Yeah.
I do think we should probably do that more.
And I would shout her out.
Yeah.
Shout her out on the team page and hey, what's working for you? Maybe drop some screenshots of things that you've done below to help the other newbies on your team,
Yeah, and I do our morning people, whoever, I mean, I get up at 6 o'clock, but I can get up at 5:30 to start a power hour. So maybe us morning people should maybe get in a little, on the leaders, get into a group of what time, who's going to take what day. Because really, if we're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there's 3 of us that get up early in the morning. So 3, we can just, that's one a week for the 3 of us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Or even if we did, some key days like follow-up Friday, maybe there is a midday one also or whatever. And again, not saying that everybody, you don't go to every single one, but there's multiple opportunities. And then also it's pushing you guys out of your comfort zone, those of you who have never hosted anything like that, to step into that leadership role. And you do know what you're talking about. You just got to talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
So no, I agree.
I like you mentioned using your Zoom, and maybe you covered this before I hopped on because I didn't realize there was a time until it was already started. Anyway, the doing it as a Zoom versus posting the things in a thing on the team page, because I mean, I know I'm guilty of this. When you post it and you're come back to it when you can, I'm okay, don't have to do it right now. I'll go back to it, and then life happens and I don't get back to it. So I think the fact that there's a Zoom and they you have to get on it and be on it to do it, they're more inclined to actually commit to it and get the work done. And I think you and I chatted earlier too about with us all using the same power hour. These are the 4 or 5 things.
Yep, I did talk about that before you hopped on. And I think you guys just use my Zoom, so it's the same ID every single day, so people don't get discombobulated. Obviously, I don't care if you guys have my password. I should make it sweet ass 123 or something. I'll have to make it a real fun password. But I don't care about that. But the thing that I'm worried about is the power hours that we do on the team page. And the stuff I put in the events, it's there for a template, but also to be able to go back and tag someone. If they're super lost and can't figure out what to do, okay, great, go look at this, But yeah, I totally agree. We got to come up with that too. And I think, Jerry, you had a host to post outline or something already that, I don't know if you sent it to me or not, but send it to me. Okay. So yeah, I've got a lot to do right now for you guys that I'm going to throw up on Leaders Lounge. So if you guys can maybe force yourselves to stay up at least another 30 minutes so I can get this stuff up there so you guys can vote on it. I had an energy drink at 8 o'clock, so I'm pretty much going hard until my brain stops. So yeah, I'll get the main important stuff up right now in terms of the packages and the verbiage of shit to roll out. And then really, guys, in terms of scaling it back and talking a little bit more about you guys, if you are anywhere, I don't care how far you are from the rank you're charted for, if you haven't figured out by now that you can do it and that it's possible, then you need to go bang your head against the wall and reset your brain real quick. Because if people can pull in 55,000 in a couple days, why am I stressing about 55,000 and I've had the entire month? And that's going to boil down to my own business and what I have never achieved before. But then my fear trickles down to you guys. So now that I know it's possible and that crazy shit can happen, I think you guys have to just realize your 8,000 to get to diamond is not scary. Your 15 to get to double and double promote is not scary. And you can really do whatever you want to do. You already know your math and your numbers because we've talked about strategy and plan and road mapping and all that. So now you just got to get over yourself and do it.
Ashley, what can we do to help you? So do you want to spearhead the scripts and then I can get the schedule going for the hosts or for the power hours? And then do you want somebody else to delegate, tell each of us one of us can
put together. I didn't even write any of this. Sorry, I didn't even write any of this down. So yeah, since you're the scheduler, if you want to figure out throwing up, I think at least two a day is fine, whether that's morning and night or lunch hour and night. But I think because one thing I learned from Amy Spence, have you guys seen sometimes that ambassador that's every single morning at like 6 a.m. Central? She does a power hour. She has always done that for like the last 18 months. And she really feels like that's why she got back to ambassador, is because of the consistency. So like, I don't want to be too uppy down, like one day morning, one day afternoon, whatever. Like, I think we just need to pick whatever we pick and we roll with it. And then if like Ashley Korn can do, you know, midday, or I don't know, whatever you want. But yeah, if you can do that for me, because I'm not the scheduler person. And then since I already have it typed out, I'll slap together like a start to finish script. And then, yeah, the other thing would be the packages, packaging the products together. If you want to do that, because that's the scheduling is easy and quick. If somebody wants to do like what they think works synergistically, whether that's Jerry or if anybody else wants to step up for that. But we need 1 coffee weight loss, 1 no coffee weight loss, a skincare, and then are we doing like a body sculpting or body contouring one? Which I feel like that would always be a package, but again, you're saying all the packages show back order, so it's like, I don't know.
But we can put one together with defining gel and wraps and whatever.
I know, it's just that the cost gets high with that.
Yeah.
Like $59 for wraps and $45.
Well, the fits are still together. You could do like a fit 15 and wrap with an extra bag of wraps or something, or fit, I don't know.
I thought fit 30 was gone.
No, fit 15 and 30 were just there. It was fit 5 that was out. I think since defining gel's back, it's good now.
Let me look real quick before I let you guys go.
Yeah. But you guys just want to like hop on and claim one of those packages to put the options in a poll for us on the Leaders Lounge. So who wants to do the coffee? I can't see everybody at once. If somebody's raising a hand.
Coffee. Yeah, see, I'm not.
Jerry, can you hear me?
What do you mean? Like
Yes.
different
So
options?
Yeah, like how we're is it going to be like triple threat? Is it going to be TFX Fat Fighters Cleanse, or is it going to be TFX Fat Fighters and Greens, or is it going to be TFX Fat Fighters and whatever?
Okay.
Like, and have a couple options together, and each of you pick one and put it up the poll in the Leaders Lounge.
Okay, I'll do
So we can all
skincare.
vote. Okay.
I don't feel bad about even having like 4 things, depending on what it is, especially if it's like a Fat Fighters thing. Here's the devil's advocate. Does anybody know what the BV is on a skinny pack? I don't remember. Can anybody look?
Yeah, I have it up.
Because like skinny pack and it pack are, well, nobody wants facials. I hate to say that, but skinny pack is a full tube of defining gel, a pack of wraps, and a Fat Fighters. And I thought it was worth $80, but I could be wrong.
I think it's $112, but I'm eSweet's down.
Yeah, but it's worth 80 BV, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I haven't sold a skinny pack in like 4 freaking years.
Let's get on it. Nobody's selling it. $112. Let's roll. It's got the new defining gel too.
That's what I feel like that should be our like contouring one, like our trouble area one.
Okay, done.
Ashley,
right,
would you ask about the skinny pack?
What's the BV?
Oh, I went on my website. It's $112, but I don't know what the BV is. I'm not on eSuite. I just went to my website.
I'm trying to find
eSuite's down.
Skinny
I can try
pack.
to log in.
I'm on
Jerry,
eSuite.
I was
That
just
was
gonna
right. It's 80.
80. Jerry, I was just gonna say, like, if you're doing the scheduling for like the host to post and stuff, like if noon or lunchtime doesn't work for, you know, the masses, I can help host one, preferably evening, not morning, because I am not a morning person. You know, to keep it simple, like morning, night, and not confuse anyone with lunch. It's totally up to you guys, or, you know, whatever everyone wants to do. I'm fine either way. I just
like
wanted
the
to put it out there that
Friday.
that's when I typically work personally, because that's what works for me. So, but I know I'm the minority here, and not everyone is home at noon and can work and stuff. So whatever.
Realistically, there's 14 of us, and if we do 3 a day, morning, noon, night, that's one of us doing, like all of us doing one, and then maybe one person doing 2, and we could rotate that each week, you know. So I'll put it
Right.
up and we'll each pick a time.
Okay.
So why don't I just do, I mean, whoever wants to hop off, you guys can hop off if you want, but let me just do it now because I'm on here for a poll. So for pack options, we're saying Cleanse, Fat Fighters, TFX, and Greens, like a 4-pack.
I think the 3-pack, and then either do that or the TFX Fat Fighters greens.
I
Yes.
never sell Fat Fighters either. Ever.
Because I did like with that, I'm terrible with names. I forgot what her name was, but she said like at the end, where she was like, oh, by the way, we have greens, blah, 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 and they're only $1 a day. So I feel like if we focus on TFX, Cleanse, and Fat Fighters, then we can throw the greens in there at the end as like a bonus.
That's true.
I like that too.
Because Greens is a detox anyways.
Right.
Right.
So if we do Cleanse, Fat Fighters, TFX, that would be like our non-coffee weight loss people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Add greens. Hold on, $1 a day at the end. And then it would be TFX and Skinny Mocha, right?
Mm-hmm.
TFX, keto, coffee, and chocolate greens, right?
Or, well, never mind.
Or you want to see that. And another thing too, I never sell keto, coffee, chocolate greens as separate either. I always sell them together.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I
it's
call
just the
Skinny
same.
Mocha with TFX.
Unless they tell me I hate chocolate so bad it makes me want to die, then I'll be like, okay, well now we've got salted caramel. Does that make you want to die too? Like now we have an option, you know?
So, okay. So
yeah, I don't think I've ever sold them separately either. I've always sold them together, always keto coffee and chocolate greens.
okay, not to go off topic, but like when you're talking to someone about the coffee, how do you bring up the salted caramel one? Like,
Well, I haven't even sold it yet. I've only sold it to like current LCs. But I also have only signed like 2 customers this month. It's been slow so far for me. So I'm going to go like balls to the wall with it now that I know it's getting back in stock kind of, sort of, but I'll know when, if I say, you know, chocolate, Skinny Mocha, whatever the word I'm using, if they say I hate chocolate, then I'll just go right to caramel. Or I'll say keto coffee is scientific carb management, and I give my spiel. It comes in 2 flavors, chocolate or salted caramel.
okay.
So if
After watching your live, I got interested in trying it. I used my mom's perk points to try it.
yeah, it's really good.
I'm excited.
Okay, so Cleanse, Fat Fighters, TFX, add the greens at the end. Second would be TFX, keto coffee, chocolate greens. Because we already know that's money, right? Because it's 30-day supply of coffee is expensive, quote unquote, and that's where we got to be doing the daily breakdowns. And again, I've already trained everybody on this, but I don't think everybody's doing it to where we break it down like day by day. So it's only $3.60 a day, or you know, whatever a day.
I think it's $3.70 for a month of the coffee and the greens, not including the Thermophyte though.
Yeah. And Thermophyte would only add like $1 something to that a day. Not even.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Maggie, for skincare, are you thinking like collagen and HSN then?
Yes, but I was also thinking doing a package, like do one that has defining gel in it, because why not? That's, you know what I mean? Like we don't, or like it doesn't just have to be those 2 things.
Well, here's the other thing too, because I never sell skincare because I'm not into skincare.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really good skincare, and we never talk about it. So I think if we do for skincare, or excuse me, for like body, like trouble areas, contouring, spring break, body ready, little black dress, wedding coming up, whatever, we do Skinny Pack, because Skinny Pack is 80 BV and it's DG, wraps, and Fat Fighters. But then for like hair, skin, and nails as a category, like we've got that whole entire skincare line we never use, but it's also not as popular as talking about HSN or collagen or whatever. So what would
my only thing personally with the HSN is because I'm in this stage, like a lot of the people in my network are breastfeeding and can't do hair, skin, nails. So, but I was just thinking I could sub out and do exfoliating peel with it, because that product I think is easy to incorporate. I have the whole skincare, and I really like the exfoliating peel. It's so gentle, like, and I'm really starting to see results using that with the collagen. So
Yeah. So
That's a good point. I can't remember the last time I even suggested or even heard someone talk about the exfoliating peel.
yeah.
I know I literally use our skincare line every single day. The cleanser, the toner, the 2 creams, the peel. I literally use it. The peel I use not every day, and I don't talk about it. And I don't know why. It's terrible. It's literally part of my daily routine it's cleared up my skin so much from being consistent with it. I just don't have any before pictures of my face, because the problems that I was having with my face, like, pictures never picked it up.
I just submitted my collagen before and afters. I haven't been consistent with the exfoliating peel, so I left it off, but for just the last 2 months, like, I was blown away.
Really?
Yeah, I'll post my rough, not templated ones for you guys, because I was like, yeah, finally.
Yeah.
The bags,
You'll have to show
the
me.
bags aren't as bad. And I've been I've been taking Keto Energy at 5 or 6 p.m. for like a week now, and staying up till like 1, just like wired for sound, and then getting up with the kids. And I'm like, how do I look better now than 2 months ago?
I'm so caffeine sensitive. So, like, if I have an energy drink at like noon, I'm wound for sound until the next day. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I did a poll, but it doesn't even really need to be a poll. I just didn't feel like typing it out again. So I just put it up on Leaders Lounge, the 4 packs that I think we'll roll with as baseline. And then the next thing I'll do is the scripting. And then Jerry, you work on the schedule. However you guys want to do that, I don't care. Also keeping in mind, you guys, like, we got to figure out, like, do we even want to screw around with virtual parties because they take time and we just need people to be talking to more people? You know, like, what do we want to do? Because we have tomorrow weekend and the next weekend. We actually have 3 weekends left because it's a long month. So do we want to do any type of virtual party even during the week? Because that's going to have to, take into consideration you're not going to be power houring if you're virtual partying,
I mean, go ahead, Maggie.
No, I was just gonna say, I think that we should skip them for the rest of the month, because I don't know. I guess it just sounds selfish, but I don't mean it to. I don't have any success with our team virtual parties, like none. And I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like it's just me. If other people are, then I say, okay, then we have them again. But
it's hard to tell what's coming from them. Like, is what's coming in actually a result of said virtual party?
Right. Like, is anyone like getting like great, wonderful like LCs or DTs from them? Because it doesn't seem like anyone ever shows up to them. Like, it's always everyone that checks in is us. And like every once in a while you'll get like one person that checks in.
Krista's laughing. We literally had this conversation. Kelly, Krista, Olivia, and I had this conversation like last week. Like, literally said the exact same thing. It's not that they work, but I feel like it's a topic for another day, I guess.
Right.
I like them for the ease of launching a bunch of newbies and not having to do the individual launch parties, but I feel like my newbies do way better when they do individual launch parties.
Yep.
Because it's just their community. They're more comfortable. They're actually following up and checking in and paying attention. I think it's a lot easier for them to manage personally.
Yeah, so I think we ex-nay on the virtual parties maybe for now, and we can always change that if we want to. I think
if anything, do like one maybe like at the end of the month or something, like towards the end of the month.
A big blowout sale or something. And
yeah.
Just talk about our 4 packs we've been roasting coast to coast all month.
Probably like on the 24th, because all the auto ships will run Monday the 25th, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to seal the deal.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that idea too.
Another thing also is like my lives, my PDT lives seal the deal like hardcore. Mm-hmm. And I've teetered with like, do I do them more than just Monday nights, or is Monday night? Because I feel like I do on Monday nights, like make money Monday type thing. But I feel like and do it Sunday nights while all these people are sitting here upset about going to work Monday morning.
I do like Sunday night. Because I feel like even when I post stuff on Facebook, like most of my engagement, like the highest likes and comments and stuff that I get are typically Sunday nights. I feel like Sunday night is a wonderful night.
Another thing, and I'm sick of saying it and nobody takes me up on it, somebody needs to put their big girl pants on and go live with me and do a PDT call and talk like you're the freaking CEO of your company, because you are.
I'll go live with you. I can't do it by myself, but
Yeah, I liked when me and Jerry went live together. I just kind of have been chaotic with the kids the last week or so.
Christina,
But I literally was just yeah. I was literally just thinking earlier today that I was like, I want to go live with someone again, because that wasn't, I feel like if you go live with someone too, it's like not as bad. Like you're not out there just kind of talking alone. And so you tend to be like more casual, more comfortable, and like you can lead a conversation. And I think people like that more.
I agree.
So if I'd even be willing to jump on like the next one with you if you want to do that. Like I'm good with it.
I think it just needs to be like I lead the conversation because I just kind of BS as I go, and then whatever I lead with, you guys just should know the answer automatically because you know the business, you know?
Right.
I literally have sweaty pits just thinking about it. Like,
well, I think the wine definitely helped me and Jerry. That's
I have
for
a margarita and I'm still got sweaty pits going on over here, guys. Like my shirt is black for a reason.
I'm so glad you're drinking a margarita out of your Yeti.
But that's what I'm saying. You have to get over it. I have no mercy. None. Zero. And that includes you, Krista Whale, who's still on mute with her headphones on. Acting like I don't see her there, shaking her head in her black light or whatever the hell she's
Whatever. It's the TV. It's the TV.
Black light.
It's ambiance.
There it is. There it is. All right. Let me get to work because it's 10:55. Are we all good?
Holy shit.
We're good. I'll put the schedule up and I'll send you the template, Ashley.
Christina's got like 85 babies.
She looks just like Michael.
Christina's on mute.
They're so cute.
Can't hear you.
That's Sophia. That's not Ariana. Is that? I can't tell.
Ashley, you know the difference.
Yeah, it's Sophia.
I can't tell the difference between them.
Michael.
I'm godmother in training. I have to know.
Oh,
Look at her smile.
Hi.
It's like, well, Mom,
Yeah.
they're all awake.
While I've been on this call, I had to bathe 85 million children and feed 85 million children. And I look like a damn, like you should have seen it. I'm a freaking spectacle everywhere I go. I went to BJ's today and people are looking at me cross-eyed because I'm carrying a baby in a Lily carrier, another baby in the stroller, Michael on the rumble seat. And people are looking at me as I walk by, and this lady stops me and she goes, "Oh, God bless your heart." She's like, "I don't even know how you're out in public with 3 kids like that."
Bitch. No, I'm sorry.
I don't even go out in public with Jackson anymore because he's literally in his terrible 2 phase. I went to Target yesterday.
Yeah, that's the problem I'm having.
He was screaming bloody murder throughout Target. I was like, okay, I'm just going to pick up your potty seat and we're getting the hell out of here. He was mad because I wouldn't give him my coffee.
Oh,
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's my other one.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
So cute.
Because one is chunkier than the other.
Yeah, like she's got around her face.
Yeah, Ariana's super chunky. Like, it doesn't get any chunkier in a baby than she
She's
is.
got twins. One of them is Puerto Rican and one of them is white. We don't really know how it happened, but there's a clear division. There's a genetic division.
Yeah, like definitely. Definitely. Like, Sophia was totally Mike's side and Ariana was like everything my side.
Yeah. That's okay. Poor Sophia. All right, back to work, getting focused. Okay, stay tuned. I'll get up the script. Jerry's gonna get up the schedule and let's do the dang thing. You guys feel
All right.
everybody feels
Love you guys.
Bye.
Y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.